Right. I think we're live.
Cool.
Hopefully. I am here with my brilliant client, Daniel Sagar. Been smashing it up recently. And rather than me tell everyone what you do and how amazing you are at it, what's the one or two liner? What do you sell? Who do you sell it to? And why is it so valuable? Before we get into the topic.
What an intro. Thank you. Yeah, super simple. I work with business owners one-to-one, and I have a group as well in Winchester, and we help business owners solve their problems. So moving the business from where it is now to where they really want to be by fixing their constraints.
Fantastic. Very concise. That's what we like.
Simple. That's what you wanted.
Yeah, 100%, man. Some people take up the first 10 minutes with with that.
No, we don't need to do that. That's right.
I was on a call the other day. I won't name names, but it's a group that I'm in, and the guy at the head of it was just like, "We're going to give everyone 5 minutes each." I think there was like 20 people on the call there or thereabouts, and he was like, "When you're describing your problem, you just pretend there's a match in front of you, and you have to describe it before you burn your fingers." And some of the intros, mate, just some of the questions were like 5 minutes on their own, and it was so painful. Anyway, I'm turning this intro.
I might use that. I like that.
The matchstick thing. Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I've already used it on a live today.
Well, there we go.
Part of my questioning. I asked everyone who wanted to go live with me inside our C2C group what their questions were or what their problems were. Can you remember what you said for yours, or do you want me to read it back?
I think I remember, but I mean, if you've got it there, you go for it. Or otherwise,
I've got it. Well, it was around lead gen and having conversations with the right people and not having to speak to businesses that don't want to pay, essentially. Yeah. So I think there are a few things that we can discuss. Obviously, we're a little bit limited on time, dude, but what would you say? Obviously, you're having quite a few positive conversations at the moment, which is great. And you're lighting up the wins channel. Describe the last three that didn't, or last two maybe, that didn't go so well, or maybe weren't qualified. How did they go?
Yeah, so like obviously, like a lot of people, my sales process, we have to have like a conversation before they become a client, right? So we have a call like this, one-to-one, usually on Zoom, or I'll meet them locally. And yeah, the last few that weren't successful, it seemed to be an issue around price. So if you look at my price, as a percentage of their annual revenue, just as a straight, obviously we know revenue is not profit, but as a straight percentage of revenue, I think it was probably too high for them to feel comfortable making that investment. Oh, I've lost you. I don't know if you're still there. Just me now.
Sorry, mate. I was trying to make the whole screen big and I just took myself off. So you're doing a solo live. That's what I'm planning to do, is just trick people into going live solo.
I lost it.
Sorry, mate. Threw you off. So no, price is a factor.
Yeah, we know it's just like, I guess ultimately I'm potentially not showing the value enough, and I guess there's a bit of that versus people who genuinely literally don't have the cash to do that. So people can find the money if they really want to do it, right? So potentially an issue around the people that I was having those conversations with, or potentially around the way that I'm presenting myself, or I'm trying to solve my own problem here. That's what you're for, isn't it?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully. Okay. So yeah, it could come down to the call that you're having or the interaction that you're having. If we break calls in two, just to keep it simple, we've got the discovery, which is the fact-finding part, and then the pitch is where you take them through the offer. So it could be the pitch and demonstrating the value. It could potentially be the discovery and not opening them up enough in terms of getting them to see basically getting them to describe the problem in their own words so they can actually feel it. It could be that. But I think it probably stems from something a little bit earlier on. And that is probably the qualification process. So you mentioned people have got to have the call, which is very typical for people who do what we do, obviously. How do they get to that call? Because I think that journey is probably where the focus needs to be.
Yeah, sure. So there's two ways. Either someone will just book one on my website, on my calendar, which is there, more or less quite cold. I haven't really spoke to that person either at all or very, very little. Or I would have had met them in person somewhere and said, let's chat a little bit more. And then they've gone to book through the same way, but there's been a lot more conversation beforehand. So it's
Okay.
me perhaps inviting them versus them booking cold.
Cool. Okay. Both can be good. I love a cold booking. When we used to take sales calls, but oh, look, this never spoken to this person. It's amazing. Okay. So they land on your calendar. You might guess what question's next. Maybe you haven't. What information are you taking from them at that point? Is it just a straight up select a time, give me your email address, bang?
There is that, but then I've got 3 qualifying questions in there. I think I last updated the questions in January, so I can't remember 100%, but it is something like, if you could wave a magic wand in your business, what would be the one thing you would change? So I'm trying to find like what they think is their biggest pain point. And there is definitely something else, but I can't remember. Sorry, that's not very good, is it?
That's all right. It's fine. Okay. I would suggest, if this keeps happening, that we put a little bit more friction. If you think you've probably booked a call with someone before, right? And it's just like email address, choose a time, done. That's the least friction possible to get a Zoom call in the calendar without actually speaking to someone. I think introducing a bit more, one, will put shit people off, because they just don't, people who aren't serious don't want to fill out multiple questions. But also it's going to allow you to screen people before the call to save you time. And when you screen them, you can either go, yeah, they're in, or I'm cancelling the call straight away, or I just need to speak to them first to make sure this is actually worth 30 to 60 minutes of my time. So I think that could be, I was thinking it might be that, or it might be the sequence of events that follows between the call being booked and the call taking place. So let's flesh out what qualifying questions you could have in there. I think there's always a good shout to have current situation, desired situation, and blocker. That's kind of like, where are you now? Magic wand scenario. What's stopping you getting there? But then I think there are 2 other things around intent. So that could be time, i.e. how quickly do you want to get started, but also financial intent as well. And I think when you put those things on, you'll start to notice when you get your next 10 calls booked after that, you'll be able to see patterns, and you'll be able to go, right, if someone says, and I do all these multiple, not multiple choice, radio buttons or drop downs, basically. So the time frame is basically how quickly would you want to get started if it's the right fit style question. Immediately, within the next couple of days, this month, 30 days plus. And you start to see people that put 30 days plus might be all right, but it also depends on the answer to the next question, which is the financial one. And I've seen people do this in a few different ways. You can say how much disposable or how much income have you got to put towards, or how much money have you got to put towards growing your business. I like to just say, yeah, if it's the right fit, I'm happy to invest. I need to talk it over with someone, or I don't have any money to invest right now. And we would always score them based on the other answers. And we go and check out LinkedIn profile or Instagram profile or whatever, and just have a look at who they are, what they do, where they're from, that kind of thing. But if we ever got, I don't have budget to invest right now, and I don't want to start for the next 30 days, we will go back and requalify. The other thing is with the magic wand question, we used to, and I think this worked really well. Our close rate was insane on calls. Near enough everyone showed, pretty much everyone closed. It was over 80% some months, which is crazy. And I know a lot of that's down to me having like decent organic reach, I suppose. So people were coming in quite warm, but it still worked for a lot of cold people too. But what we want to do with the magic wand is almost give them a menu to choose from rather than leaving it open. So the way I framed ours was slightly differently. It was typically we help clients with offer building, content strategy, lead gen, sales skills, scaling up through ads team, whatever, and make them pick which one seems most relevant to you. And then it gives you an angle for the call as well. And that could help. So which software are you using at the moment?
High level. Everything's through High Level.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I think I knew that. Okay.
Easy to do. Yeah.
Very easy to do. Yeah. Okay. And then how long out are people scheduling calls?
Normally, I think I only have it available up to 14 days in advance, bookable. But I'd say the average is about 7 days from time of booking to the appointment.
Okay.
So usually about a week before.
So I'd get rid of 14, because if I book a call with you now and I've got to wait until mid-June like to have the call, any like emotion that I had around the call will probably fizzle out. I'll probably have seen some of your competitors. I'm not saying take it the same day, although there is a tactic there. But yeah, maybe bring that down to 7.
Mm-hmm.
You probably won't miss many people if that's your average. A lot of people just do 48 hours. But what I've done in the past that has worked very well, if we've got someone, let's say you've got 7 days worth of calendar space and you got a couple of people booked in for like 3 days time, 4 days time, and then someone else schedules for day 7, you get in contact with that person straight away and go, hey, I've actually got a slot later today, and just try and bring every call forward, because people book a call during usually a time of pain when they want to solve something. So if you can bring it forward to the same day or next day, they're still going to be a lot hotter and emotionally tuned in than they might be if it fizzles for a week. The other thing I wanted to say or ask was the success sequence. Mm-hmm. So have you got emails, texts, personalized DMs and comms going out in between call being booked and call taking place?
Yeah, there's emails, obviously confirmation, and then I think 3 days, 1 days, and then an hour and 10 minutes before. And then there's some WhatsApps, similar times as well, all automated.
Nice. Yeah. Have you got WhatsApp? Have you got the ability to chat with them if you wanted to through high level?
Yeah.
On WhatsApp?
Yeah, so I've got my WhatsApp connected for like the automated ones. And then if they reply, obviously I reply like a normal person would. Yeah.
Wicked. Okay, cool. What's the content within those? Do you know?
It's whatever I got told to do when going through the C2C module on that time. So it's
okay.
Whatever that was. Again, I think I did all that in like December, January. So it might need.
Might be worth. Yeah, I was going to say might be worth a refresh. I think I've updated everything in December, so you might have caught it, you might have not. Social proof and MQO based stuff. So just, I don't know if you've got many client case studies yet. I know you've got lots of happy clients. Yeah. They'd be perfect just to like ping over, or some of the lives that you've done recently. Be like, oh, that could be a personalized thing, or it could be like, oh, you mentioned that you wanted to fix X. Well, actually, I've got a video on that.
Or so I could do a video for each of those questions. What is your biggest pain point or whatever?
Yeah.
And then whichever one they've selected, I send that video, that kind of thing.
That'll work really well, mate, I think. Yeah. And if you do it, put it on YouTube with a dead hooky title as well, you can pick up some traffic that way. And I mean, you can just go live and solve each of them for the next one a day for the next 7 days or something like that. And then you've got the stuff there. Then you could turn it into a bit of a more refined thing in June, because we're going to go through that asset creation piece. You put it on YouTube, and then you can give them a deep link, so it just opens straight away on YouTube. In the phone, I use LinkedIn for that, and all that does is just means it opens the app rather than opens in the browser. But then they hit your YouTube channel. You could also put those videos into a playlist and link to the playlist rather than the singular video, and then they'll either continue on their mission of binging, which is perfect, or they're going to see you next time round. Hopefully, if they've watched some of your stuff on YouTube, it'll pop up next time. So that could be a really good play.
Love that. Yeah, that's fairly straightforward to do as well, right?
Yeah, if you were to just go, right, what are the 5 to 7 problems that people have come to me in the past 6 months to solve? How do I categorize them? Cool. I'm just going to do a live video on each, talking about my process. I know you're very similar to me, like very process driven, aren't you? Like love a list, and it's all just like dum, 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 dum. Perfect. You just present that live and then bang it on YouTube for now, and then we can finesse it and make it more polished. I don't know, 2-3 months time when you know they're working. In each of those videos as well, you could subtly start to mention price points and investment levels. So you don't have to actually give the price away if you didn't want to, but it could be like, oh, my client Denise was really nervous about dropping a few grand on working with me, but look at the result. And then that will start to seed out to anyone that might not have or might not think they have, because usually it's a think rather than a not have budget. They might not think they've got the budget. And they start seeing just these little glimpses of, oh, it's multiple 4 figures or a few grand or whatever it may be. And they just then start to associate with you with a higher price point rather than hopping on and going, oh, if it's 300 quid, I might be able to squeeze it, whatever it may be, which obviously could form part of the problem.
Yeah, makes sense. All makes sense for sure.
And then you've got this ecosystem as well of you can use those videos in potential outreach, in email lists. You can rerun them as lives again in a few months' time or whatever. You get the transcripts from them, and they're perfect for written content for emails and posts as well. So I think that could be a really good direction for you to go in, mate. It's just like, what are those 5 to 10, I don't know, whatever. Do a 5 to 20 minute video on each of them, sprinkling some social proof.
And then if in a few months I wanted to redo that video better, would you then like delete the old one off YouTube or just leave them all up there?
I don't know. I'm not a YouTube expert. I've actually been thinking about this myself recently, because I wouldn't mind a bit of a cleanup of my YouTube channel for a few reasons. Like, there are a few old like lead magnets in there and shit like that. I'm like, should I delete them? Shouldn't I? But you may as well, so long as the description's taking people in the right way, and sorry, taking people the right way, then you may as well keep them on, and just because they'll be a few weeks old or whatever, or a few months old. Your newer stuff will get more traction as you have more followers and more people start to click on it anyway. And also, I don't know which like creators you consume, but if you think about Hormozy, he says a lot of the same stuff across multiple videos, and his production quality just varies. It'll either be a live riff or it'll be a polished video, and he just cycles through shit. I don't imagine, apart from he deleted that Tony Robbins interview and then told the world he was pregnant, which was very interesting. Some of the conspiracy theories on that. Aside from the Tony Robbins video, I'm not aware of any video that he's deleted.
Yeah, interesting.
So yeah,
that's a good point.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
But that could work, mate. And you just got this mini little ecosystem that you can drive people to, and it's something we're going to focus on in June as well.
Yeah, sounds straightforward when you say it all like that. No worries.
Just one live a day, mate. You've already done them. Like, you're not. It's not really any new work.
Yeah.
And if you've got like course material and stuff that you give to clients, upload the transcripts and just get a bulleted list. And could even like I did one this morning with it was our roadmap, or our model, I should say. It was our model. And I built a little Claude Code interactive tool that I just used on the live, and I just went around and clicked stuff, and that looks a bit better than just a Notion doc or something. So, and you can vary it up each time. So,
yeah, okay. Yeah, I've got loads in Notion and Google Docs and all sorts that I can maybe jazz up a little bit, but that's a good starting point, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we don't want to place too much friction in the way of it, but that could be a right little suite of assets that you just drive people towards, irrespective of what stage they're at. So you could still have the book a call. If you want to speak to me directly, you can book a call underneath. Alternatively, I do have this lead magnet that you can download. Like, you can chuck those bits into, just make it into a bit of a web rather than like a linear journey. And then no matter what stage you send it to people or post it, they can go any which way they want.
Yeah.
That'd be wicked.
Love it.
It's all about the social proof as well, like just dropping that in.
Yeah, I've got some good case studies and things like that I can put in.
Amazing. Yeah, I thought you would. Perfect,
Love it.
mate.
Sounds
wicked.
easy.
We'll see. Speak to you in 7 days. Let me know how you get on. You might melt before then.
Yeah, probably.
Wicked, man. Well, thank you. I'm sorry I've got a dart, but obviously I'm doing a load of these lives back to back. So
Big day for you.
Yeah. Hot, sweaty day. But I'll catch you Thursday, if not before, and let me know if you've got any questions on stuff. But moving into June, this is a focus for the group. So
yeah, love it. Appreciate that.
Wicked. Oh, you're welcome, dude. I will catch you in Slack.
Sweet. See you. Cheers, Chris.
Thanks, man.
See ya.